The one and only Alexa Russo joining the program. What's up, girl? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Love the hoodie, looking sharp. Is that new or is that old?
Thanks. This is old. This is old.
It looks sharp though. And full disclosure, okay, I tried to get some different people because I didn't want to show favoritism to Alexa. I wanted to try to get Coach on, a couple of the players. So I efforted to get Coach on today, and she emails me and she goes, "Well, I can't make it because I got a lot of things going on. Can you just have one of my seniors, Alexa Russo, on?" Right, never mind. This is just fate that we were supposed to talk here. And this is great. So thank you so much for making time today. What was practice like today for as you guys get ready to go to Chattanooga?
Today was a feel-good day. We got out, we took some ground balls and had some BP on the field and hit off the tee in the cage. So definitely a feel-good day. Then we packed up the bus. We're flying, but there's a bus taking all of our stuff to Chattanooga with all of our equipment. So we're ready to go. But definitely a feel-good day today.
You fly out tonight or tomorrow?
Tonight, later tonight.
Wow. So Chattanooga. So give us the whole breakdown. How many teams are involved? What's the bracket look like? When's the first game?
So we play at 4 p.m. on Thursday, and we're in the second bracket. So we're the second seed. So we play Shippensburg at 4 p.m. on Tuesday. But there's 8 teams total.
Nice. So who's going out of the family?
My parents are going. We tried to convince my grandmother to go, but I don't think she's up for it. I think she'd
Yeah.
rather watch the game on the couch. And then if when we make it far, most of the family will come out.
Nice. I cannot wait
Yeah.
for that. Take us through the last week because you guys lost game one and you had to come back and you had to win the next two. What was that mindset after you lost game one? What was the conversation like as you realized, hey, we're gonna have to double dip here if we want to achieve this goal to go to the World Series?
Throughout the whole year, we've been playing on a one game mentality, win the first one and just go game by game, inning by inning. And we actually talked to our strength coach about it before we started up. He just said, win every inning, win the next inning. So that was our mentality. Obviously, we can't change what happened on Friday, but it happened to us before a few other series during the season. So we kind of knew, we can do this. And we've been fighting back when we lose the Friday night game and sweeping on Saturday. So that was, that's what we planned on. And it was once we lost on Friday, it was okay. Then we need to focus on the next one.
What does it mean to you and to your teammates to be the part of the first team to be able to go to the championships here? We always obviously we know how what baseball's been able to do, 9 looking for 10. We were at the game the other day, and to be part of this, you've been there a while now. How special is that to know that you guys made history?
It's definitely special. We've kind of been knocking at the door for a few years now, and we finally, I think we pushed ourselves more than we ever have, and we're just excited to be a part of history and be the first team to do it. So we're just looking to check the next box and win that first national championship.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And UT is vibing right now. Lacrosse. We were there at the baseball game the other day. What was it like to be there? And for those, and we mentioned on the program yesterday, 8-1, the baseball team was down. They were able to bounce all the way back, come all the way back, down 8-7 in the ninth inning. And Alexa's cousin Cole, who we've had on the show before, RBI single to tie it up. And then our good pal JD Urso with the walk-off in 10 innings. What is it like to be able to see your cousin and somebody like JD you've known pretty much your whole life, to see these Tampa kids and also to see the baseball program be able to do what they do, and also lacrosse? There's just so much success. We've seen so many good teams here this year, just this season with UT.
It's definitely exciting. We have just a family community at UT, especially with Cole and JD there. So to see them, we see all the hard work that they put in the weight room and seeing their whole season so far. I was just happy that, they came through for them. But coming back 8-1 was crazy. But I guess it's a long game. Nine innings is a long game.
I know, and it was hot as hell. So if I was going to be outside in the heat, they better have come back and won that game. For those, I want to take you back, and I want to start with, you played baseball growing up, and these are for the people that don't know. What was that decision like, playing baseball? Is that something that you wanted to do? Is that something that your dad thought was a better idea? And then the decision to go from baseball to softball, how did that happen?
So having my older brother Paul play and watching him play, and then Trip and Cole, my two cousins, playing, my mom took me to one ballet class, and I told her I was done after that. So I moved on to baseball, and I actually stuck with it till the 7th grade, which is a little late for a majority of the girls. But I felt like it prepared me for everything. It was definitely a hard adjustment switching. That's why
Mhm.
I always kind of say softball is a little harder than baseball, just because
Mm,
I've played both, but
yeah,
pitching wise especially. So, but it was just, I want to play in college, and I was playing basketball too, and I just decided, my dad, and then we talked to Todd Snell, one of my dad's good friends, a big
yeah.
Tampa name, and his older daughter KK is someone that I looked up to. She played at UCF, so having her as a good mentor really meant a lot, and it was something I want to pursue in the future. So it's time to switch to softball.
Yeah, it's funny because I coached you playing baseball many, many. That's how long ago. My God, I coached you playing a Hit Factory baseball. That's how long we've known each other, and I think even farther back. Just wild to. I remember your baseball days. I want everybody to understand kind of your journey, Alexa. Take us through the decision to go to UT and the injuries, and the accident, and everything, because I think what you have gone through in your life, just your career at UT, is such a great story of perseverance and how to just never give up and just resilience to the 100th degree. So just let everybody know like how your career started at UT and then the things that you've had to kind of combat to get to where you are today.
So my freshman year at UT was 2019 to 2020, and that was COVID. So I kind of got stuck with COVID, but now looking back, I'm so thankful for it because I got
Mhm.
2 extra years from it. Then going into my junior year, I was going to pick my little sister up around midnight, and I got hit by a drunk driver. So I broke a few bones in my hip and pelvis, and then I had a puncture wound in my leg. So the recovery, my goal was to get back before the season started, and I actually got back in the fall season. So that happened right after my sophomore season, going into my junior year, like late May. It happened. I think it actually happened May 23rd of 2021. So we're coming up on the
Wow.
anniversary.
Yeah.
So it was. So I fought back to get back there, and then 2 years ago, I tore my ACL during later in the season against St. Leo. So then that happened. So I missed actually our first super regional appearance ever. I was still there, but it's different when you're not on the field in
Right.
uniform with your team. So I came back from that, and then yeah, I'm here, and we're making history. So it's fun.
What do you think that was a what do you think coming back from those injuries, how do you think it's helped you on the softball field?
It definitely makes me more thankful playing. Like I
Mhm.
haven't taken anything for granted, uh, because you never know when the game can be taken away from you, and it almost was. So I'm super thankful to be able to play. It made me work a lot harder. Like I said, I didn't take anything for granted. So it was when those things happened, it was like, you fight to get back. It's not just given to you. You have your off season with a big purpose, and it definitely hits home a little more when you're trying to work back to get on the field when it was almost taken away from you twice.
Was it harder mentally or physically?
Mentally, 100%. It's just hard when you know that everyone else has been, working healthy to get back, and you're kind of trying to play catch up. So that was the really stressful thing. It was like in my mind, I was trying to play catch up. Um, but once I got back, I felt, I've still had some injuries along the way, but I kind of felt once I evened the playing field, and then it was that next season, which was this past off season, was when I kind of separated from everybody else.
Who were the people that were with you and who were the people that kind of helped you out the most when you were going through those kind of mental hurdles to get yourself in a position to get back to where you are today?
Definitely my parents and siblings and cousins and my big family, but my teammates too, and especially coach. She was there the second day in the hospital, and then she was there when I tore my ACL. So through the recovery, so having her as a backbone, and like I'm fighting to play for her again, and she's supporting me throughout the whole thing, as well as having the family support it. I mean, it means a lot, and especially having my teammates there throughout it all. And they motivate me more than ever to come back, and be able to play with them on the same field again.
What was it like last week to be able to be the person that got the final out? Everybody always dreams of that, like to be able to get that ball hits to you. Listen, you either want that ball to be hit to you or you don't want anything. You wanted that ball to hit to you, and the camera view was so perfect, and the glove throw in the air. I mean, what was that like to be able to know, like, hey, hit the ball to me, and we're gonna win, and we're gonna go to the World Series?
Yeah, it was definitely something I've definitely thought about before and kind of reenacted in my head, or like the big hit when you're on the tee and kind of you're putting the pressure on yourself to see. But I've definitely dreamt about it before. Our pitchers put us in a great position and we were able to hit, but they shut everybody out. So Auburn Montgomery scored 0 runs on us both games, and I was just able to catch the last out. But it was kind of, my mind went blank, and it was, I kind of had more time than I thought I did when I was watching the video back, but I kind of just got it and threw it. But being able to have that final out and make history, especially for Coach Canner that's been there for 30 years, it's it was an awesome feeling.
30, I think it's 31 seasons, I think now. I mean, it's insane, the stability to have with the softball and the baseball programs with her and Coach Urso. And what's the mindset now, Alexa, as you go? And obviously it's nice, but I know how you are, know how competitive you are, and how competitive the team is. You don't want to just make this World Series, you want to win the whole damn thing. So what's the message outside of what you said? You're taking it one game at a time, but as far as the focus and dialing in, is there anything specific that you guys are making sure that you're doing to make sure that you're successful here and putting your best effort out there?
We've been preparing for all the pitchers and stuff, and the defense, which is one thing that we do great, is preparing. But then again, you have to prepare for, you'll see 10 different pitchers.
Right.
So one thing that we've thought about is, we just play our game. We don't play great when we're super down or we're super up. We play better when we're having fun and we're loose, and everyone's picking each other up. So it's just that team aspect, and everyone has a role. And we're trying to, if everyone does their job, we'll be national champions. But just the outlook that we're having is, we've worked so hard and busted our butts in the fall and the spring, especially in the weight room, on the field, putting in extra work. So it's, we're prepared for the moment, we like to say. So we're prepared for anything that can happen. And we've had some games that we're down by a bunch this year. So it's like we don't stop fighting. So that's a big thing that we live on. But everyone to play their role, and everyone will have their moment.
What is it about softball players where you're able to stay so optimistic during down times? I mean, I always make fun of baseball players, like, you guys are so moody. People make fun of softball players, but they're the ones that are optimistic and cheering everybody on, even if they get out of the game. The guys are all moody and they get all pissed off all the time. What is it about softball? I mean, you see it on every level, D1, D2, like you watch them on TV, and it's amazing. I think somebody called Alexa. Somebody called her. Oh, you there? Oh, we lost you. Let's see if we can get her back. This is what happens sometimes when people they're on the, oh, she left. All right, she'll come back. Because I got to ask her that question, because that's one thing that I've asked Josie Foreman about this for USF, about, looking at the situations of softball players, even if they get taken out of the game. We'll get you back in. Hold on. There we go. Did somebody call you?
Yeah, tell them up there.
It's always the spam likely. But yeah, what is it about softball players that you just stay so freaking optimistic? And while the boys can get all moody on the baseball field, it seems like softball, like, no matter what happens, you're going to stay with it, stay optimistic, and stay there with each other.
We definitely have a good bond on the team, and we're all there for each other. When you spend every day with these people for hours and hours, you kind of see them when they have a great day and then when they have a bad day. So it's like you lift each other up, and that's the kind of culture that Coach Ganner's built here, and be there for each other. But then again, we play at a big field, but when we're playing away, we consider it a small field. So one swing of the bat can bring us back in it for sure.
Do you let your mind wander? Have you let it wander here in the last couple of weeks about what your life is going to be like after UT softball?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been thinking about it all year long. It's like, I know it's coming to an end. But luckily we've been able to make it farther than we ever have. But I've definitely been thinking about it probably every day of my life, that I know it's coming to an end. So this year I I love going to practice, whether I'm having a good day or bad day. It's nice to, see my friends and see my teammates every day. It's because I know like one day that's going to end, and it's different when you don't see your friends every day and your
Right.
teammates had to become your great friends. So it's definitely going to be different.
And then lastly, I just want to ask you one more time. We circle back to the family, but just, the approach of, them being there and supporting you. And I know I've been up there before in the parking garage and right field. And I mean, just, I asked you and Cole this last time, but to end things off, just what that support has meant, not just from mom and dad and your brother and your sister, but just your extended family, right? Like your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, Coach Tom, like the entire Russo backing, I mean, it's something that you just don't see from a lot of different families. And it's not taking a shot at anybody else, but there's just something within the Russo family that you guys are there for each other. How much do you think that has to do with like your success and kind of not just the player you are, but the person you are too?
It definitely has everything to do with it. That's one of the reasons I, chose to stay at home and play at Tampa, because I saw that they were traveling every weekend to go see Paul play at South Alabama. So having their support and being able to have my family and 15 people come watch every game, they're there every weekend. So it just means a little more when your family and your good friends that you consider family are watching and cheering you on every game, especially the ones that have been there for 6 years. Coach Tom's been up there with my dad for 6 years straight. So, and it was funny. We actually lost the game that he wasn't there this past weekend. So he was. I think he was. We were all upset that he wasn't there, but it means the world to me, and I don't think they'll ever know how much I really appreciate it.
You hear that, Coach Tom? You better not be recording a video somewhere and not being at Alexa's game to support her. Well, Alexa, thank you so much for your time. You know how much I love you and I care about you and your whole family, and I support you. And man, I'm just so happy for you as a great human being and a fantastic softball player that you're getting to live this dream. You've gone through so much. You're a model of consistency, but also perseverance and resilience. And you can inspire people that are 2, 3, 4, 5 times your age by the way that you handle and you go about your business. So again, congratulations for your success. It does not end here. We will talk again next week when you guys win the national championship. Tell everybody I said hello, and thank you for your time.
I
Safe
will.
travels.
Thank you so much. Sounds like a plan.
You got it. See ya.
Bye bye.
The one and only